Welcome, my dear student. We talk about the nuclear chemistry. The nuclear chemistry it deals with the nuclear reactions and energy changes associated with these reactions. In the nuclear reactions, we study the structure of nucleus and their stability. In the 1896, Henry Becquerel, the French physicist, observed that potassium uranyl sulfate K2UO2 SO4 twice emitted a certain type of invisible radiations which are affected on a photographic plate wrapped in a black paper. This property of emitting a invisible radiations that are active radiations by the elements and their compounds is called the radioactivity, and the substances possessing the property is called as radioactive substances. Means the property that substance disintegrate and they emit radiation. For example, uranium salts, uranium hexafluoride. The radioactive elements are said to be active because they affect on the photographic plate uh, kept in the dark place. Whenever the radiations passed through the air or gas, the gas gets ionized. They produce the scintillations or a tiny flash of light. When the uh, when in the zinc uh, sulfide, diamond, barium platinosides, uh, which are coated to and the shows the scintillations. In 1898, the Marie Curie and her husband Pierre Curie uh, examined the uranium mineral pitch blende U3O8 and discovered the polonium and radium. These two elements, radioactive elements, are more radioactive than the uranium. The Marie Curie and Pierre Curie awarded a Nobel Prize in physics in 1903, along with the Professor Henry Becquerel, discovered the natural radioactivity. The Marie Curie in 1911 received a second Nobel Prize in the uh, chemistry for isolating radium and studying their chemical properties. In 1935, the Erin Joliet and Frederick Joliet awarded a Nobel Prize in chemistry in recognition of their synthesis of new radioactive elements. G.C. Schmidt and Marie Curie independently discovered that thorium compounds are also radioactive. Later on, the about the 40 naturally occurring radioactive elements are discovered, and the elements with atomic number is greater than 82. All these elements are greater than atomic number 82. Radioactivity is a purely a nuclear property, and it is uh, not affected by temperature, pressure, presence of catalyst, and the by chemical combinations with non-radioactive substances. The nucleus, which shows the nuclear property, means the nucleus of radioactive atoms is unstable and they spontaneously disintegrate by emission of the radiations. The radioactivity may be defined as the spontaneous disintegration of the unstable nuclides with the emission of radiations that can affect on the photographic plate and penetrate material which are opaque to ordinary light. The nuclei of radioactive element unstable and it undergoes the spontaneous disintegration. During that disintegration, alpha beta particles ejected from the nucleus and new elements called daughter element get formed, and the parent elements convert into a daughter element till finally the non-radiative product lead is obtained with a different series. The physical and chemical properties of the new element are distinct and the different from the parent element. Means parent to daughter which has a different one. During the radioactive disintegration, large amount of energy is released, or it is in the form of gamma radiations. In the external and magnetic field, when alpha and beta particles are deflected, the alpha beta particles, if you consider, alpha rays get deflected towards the negative plate and beta rays deflected towards the positive plate. The gamma rays do not undergo any deflection in electric and magnetic field. If you compare the properties of nuclear radiations, the alpha particle, beta particles and gamma rays. Gamma rays are the electromagnetic radiations which has short wavelength. The property nature, if you consider, then alpha particle, it is identical to the helium nucleus, twice He4, and beta particle, which is identical to -1 E0, means the high speed electrons. And the gamma is no charge, no mass. The mass, if you consider for and charge is considered for the alpha particle, the charge +2, the double charge helium atom He +2, and the atomic mass is 4, that is a 4 atomic mass unit. The electron, if you consider, then -1 is a charge and mass is 0.00555 atomic mass unit, and the gamma rays which are chargeless or mass. Velocity, if you consider for alpha particle, is 1.4 to 2.2 into 10 raised to 7 meter per second, means 1/10 of the velocity of the light. For the beta particle, 1.1 to 2.96 into 10 raised to 7 meter per second, the velocity considered for beta particles. It is 9 upon 10th that of the velocity of light. The velocity of gamma rays, that is a 3 into 10 to 8 meter per second, that is the gamma rays which travels with the velocity of light, they almost equal to that of velocity of light. If you consider the ionizing power of alpha particle is greater. The if you consider alpha particle, that is a 10,000, beta particle 100, then gamma particle 1. Compared to that, the highest ionizing power of alpha particle, they possesses considerable kinetic energy, alpha particle, because of their large mass. They produces 50,000 to 1 lakh ion pairs per centimeter in air. And the beta particles, it has a kinetic energy is lower due to the negligible mass, and they produces the 500 to 1000 ion pair per centimeter in air. Gamma rays, which produces the ion pairs 5 to 10 per centimeter in air. If you consider the property penetrating power, the penetrating power of the gamma rays is the highest as compared to alpha and beta. The penetrating point, if you consider for alpha 1, then beta particle is 100, and then gamma rays 10,000 times more. The alpha particles possesses least penetrating power because they are large in size, and the beta particle, which has a penetrating power as compared to the alpha particle, is higher, and due to the minute size and short wavelength. In case of gamma rays, the highest penetrating power of the gamma rays is due to the highest velocity. If you consider the rays which can penetrate through the aluminum of 0.05 mm, then the alpha particle that can be passed, but beta particles which endures for 5 mm of the aluminum, then the gamma rays is 30 cm of iron, means the penetrating power of the gamma rays is highest. The luminosity if you consider, then they produce luminosity in a zinc sulfide, zinc plane, due to the highest kinetic energy of alpha particle. The beta particle, which has a lower luminosity due to lower kinetic energy, and least luminosity is gamma rays produced due to the negligible kinetic energy. If you consider the basic terms, that is decay constant, half-life, and the average life, Rutherford and Soddy found that the activity of radioactive substance decreases in an exponential or logarithm manner. In other words, the number of atoms which disintegrate in a unit time is directly proportional to the total number of atoms present at that time. Means the number of atoms which are disintegrated in a unit time means a fraction of total number of the atoms disintegrated, which is in a unit time. Means the nt is the number of atoms at a time t. Then the decay of the element will be minus dn t divided by dt. Means disintegration fractions of the radio elements get disintegrated with time dt. This is the first order reaction. It follows the first order kinetics. The number of atoms goes on decreasing with the time. So minus dnt divided by dt is proportional to the nt. N capital, T small, nt. Means the dnt, the atoms get disintegrated with the time t, and remaining are not decay, undecayed nuclei, that is nt. Means the minus dnt divided by dt is equal to lambda t. Lambda is a proportionality constant, and it is called as a decay constant, disintegration constant, or a radioactive constant. The rearrangement of the equation, then minus dnt divided by nt is equal to lambda dt. Means lambda is the number of nuclei decays per unit time. If the dt is a unity, then the minus dnt divided by nt is equal to lambda. Means lambda is a disintegration constant, and it is a fraction of total number of the radioactive atoms which are disintegrated unit time. The dnt divided by nt is equal to minus lambda t, minus lambda dt. If you integrate within the limits n0, n is equal to n0 and n is equal to nt, and the time, that is t is equal to 0 to t is equal to t. Means integrating this equation between the limits n0 at a time t is equal to 0 and nt at any time t is equal to t, then the number of atoms which can be disintegrated within a time t, then ln nt divided by n0 is equal to minus lambda t. n0 is the number of atoms present at a time t is equal to 0, nt is the number of atoms at the time t is equal to t. ln n0 divided by nt is equal to lambda t. Lambda is equal to 1 upon t ln linear logarithm, that is log to base e n0 upon nt. Lambda is equal to 2.303 divided by t log to base 10 n0 divided by nt. The decay constant lambda has dimensions of reciprocal of time. So unit, that is time inverse. It is in a second inverse, minute inverse, hour inverse, day inverse, year inverse. The ln nt divided by n0 is equal to minus lambda t. Then lambda is equal to 1 upon t. Then substitute value of lambda. Then the nt is equal to n0 e raised to minus 1. Means nt is equal to 1 upon e into n0. The value of e is to about 2.78. Then nt is equal to 0.368 into n0. This is consider that the radioactive decay is an exponential process. Then there is a half-life radio element or half-life period, that is a T half. The time that is required to number of radioatoms to be reduced to half its original value. Means the time in which half of the nucleus gets disintegrated or decays and half remains unchanged. The T is equal to 2.303 divided by lambda is equal to log to base 10 N0 divided by Nt. Then we substitute the value of T is equal to half, then Nt is equal to N0 divided by 2. Then T half is equal to 2.303 divided by lambda log to base 10 N0 divided by N0 upon 2. Then the value of T half is equal to 0.693 into lambda. Means that T half is equal to 2.303 lambda log to base 10 2. Means 2.303 into 0.30 10 0.30110 divided by lambda is equal to 0.693 divided by lambda. T half is equal to 0.693 divided by lambda. The half-life period, it is independent of initial amount of radioactive element, and the time taken for complete decay or disintegration of radioactive element or the substance is infinite. For example, if you consider T half for the radium is 1600 years. The radium 226. This means that the start with 1 gram of radium 226, only 0.5 gram of it will be remain at the end of 1600 years by the disintegration. Then there is a term average life. Average life is denoted by T or tau. The average life is the radio element is reciprocal of its disintegration constant. Means tau is equal to 1 upon lambda is equal to T half divided by 0.693 is equal to 1.44 T half. Thus the average life of radio element is 1.44 times the half life. Lambda is here not considered, but the statistical average of the lives of all elements present at any time is called the average life. Average lifetime tau is equal to integration of 0 to infinity t point dn and is upon the n0. T half is equal to 0.693 divided by lambda is equal to 0.693 tau. Here consider the lambda, then the here also not in equation lambda T half is equal to 0.69 tau. The T is a reciprocal of lambda, no doubt, but if you consider the average life, T is equal to 1.44 T half or T half is equal to 0.693 tau. The total life of radioactive substance is infinite. Means total life means the time required for disintegration of the element. Hence, either half-life or average life period is used to give the idea of the life of radioactive substance. Then the unit of radioactivity. The activity of 1 gram of 226 radium is regarded as the unit of radioactivity. 1 gram of radium 226 disintegrate at the rate of 3.71 into 10 raised to 10 disintegrations per second, means DPS. 1 curie is a standard unit of measurement of the radioactivity. The 1 curie is quantity of radioactive material that produces or gives the 3.700 10 raised to 10 DPS. 1 becquerel is equal to 1 DPS, disintegration per second. Means 1 curie is corresponds to 3.700 10 raised to 10 becquerel. Then units, small units are millicurie and microcurie, and the large unit kilocurie and the megacurie. Then another unit of radioactivity is Rutherford. The Rutherford is a quantity of radioactive material that gives a 10 raised to 6 dps. 1 Rutherford is equal to 10 raised to 6 dps. 1 Curie is equal to 3.700 10 raised to 4 Rutherford, or the 1 Curie is equal to 3.71 10 raised to 4 Rutherford. The commonly used units of radioactivity are Curie, becquerel, and Rutherford. The 1 becquerel is a corresponds to 1 dps. Thank you.